YouTube Top 10. First word is social institutions, seen in Chapter 1. Social institutions is an established organized system of social behavior with a recognized purpose. Family, education, religion, economics, and government are the 5 social institutions. Culture, seen in Chapter 2. Is the complex system of meaning and behavior that defines the way of life for a given group or society. This is from Japan. This is Native American, and this is the Philippines. The imitation stage, seen in Chapter 4. The stage in childhood when children copy the behavior of those around them.
All right, Lynn, 6 months. We got 6 push-ups. You ready? 6 push-ups. 6 months, 6 push-ups. Ready? Up. Up. Down. Down. That's 1. Up. That's 2. Down. Down. All right.
White privilege, seen in Chapter 10. It's the ability for whites to maintain an elevated status in society that makes racial inequality. So this is a chart where police are twice as likely to use force against people of color, and you can see whites over here, and then the blacks, Hispanics, and others. Sex trafficking, seen in Chapter 12, refers to the practice whereby women, usually very young women, are forced by fraud or coercion into commercial sex acts. This is a movie, and it's Eden, I believe that's how you say it. In the movie, it's a Korean American girl that's abducted and forced into prostitution by human traffickers. Racism, seen in Chapter 10. The perception and treatment of racial or ethnic group or member of that group as intellectually, socially, and culturally inferior to one's own group. They had put the black boy from Charlie's Brown Thanksgiving on the left side by himself, and all the white kids were over here. In the help, they were sitting here I believe they were talking about the bathroom, and she over here really had to use the bathroom. She didn't want to use the bathroom, and the old lady was like, because the niggers used the bathroom, and in this time, they believed that black people had different diseases than them, don't understand, never understood, but hey. Deviance, seen in Chapter 7. It's behavior that is recognized as violating expected rules and norms. So, to the left, it's a child movie, and him over here, Flynn, he was committing crimes to gain wealth. That's basically, he's violating a rule, he's stealing. Over here, Ted Bundy, the murderer, that itself, he was just murdering people. He was a killer, rapist, and a kidnapper. It was just the whole definition of defiant, if you ask me. Eugenics. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but it was seen in Chapter 12. It's a social movement in the early 20th century that sought to apply scientific principles of genetic selection to improve the offspring of the human race. And my example is the Holocaust. They really thought they were doing something with this, and they was trying to wipe out the whole Jewish community, and that's their definition of improving. They felt like the Jewish people were inferior to them in Germany. So, cultural shock. The feeling of distortion that can come when encountered as a new rapidly changed culture situation. Foot binding, kissing is a form of greeting. That's in France. And tipping. In the United States and Canada, we often tip a lot. And other places such as France and other parts of Europe don't do it as much and very little. So when they come over here, they don't know what to do. But then when we go over there, we don't know what to do either because we're so used to tipping. 10. Feminism. It's a way of thinking and acting that advocates a more just society for women. I picked these 10 words because they all correlate to the word events today. Each word has bits